let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully, if there's any additional representatives that can come on, they can get going. Maybe we have enough to keep busy until then. Okay. Well, welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody had a wonderful summertime. And I'm very proud of the turnout for our our first movie in the park. So I hope a lot of you were able to get to go and see the movie, the Encanto movie. So now we're getting back to it, and so I want to go ahead and open up the meeting. And the first thing we'll do is note that our meeting minutes are posted on RolandoPark.org website. So, and this is being recorded, and then that recording gets uploaded to Facebook. Okay. So I will turn it over to Cheryl for dues and membership.
Okay. We have 77 members now, thanks to our membership drive over the summer. Not quite to our normal numbers, but we're getting there. 1,022 in dues, $837.93 in donations. Very nice. For a total of $1,859.93. So that makes 63 renewals and 14 new members. So if you haven't renewed your membership, please do so. Thank you.
Oh, whoops.
All right. Well, thank you, Cheryl. All right. Next is our community updates. Lynn will take care of that for us.
Right. And I'm going to turn it over to Michelle for a couple of minutes. Michelle, the floor is yours. You're muted.
I'm muted.
There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, I'm on Community Council as well as Rolando Park Elementary PTA. So I just wanted to give you guys a couple updates about the local school. We are back in class in session, which is awesome. PTA is up and running. We're doing a membership drive. So in addition to renewing your Community Council membership, I'm going to put a link to our totem page. If you'd like to join PTA, community members are always welcome. We would love that. And then the other quick announcement I have is we're going to do trunk or treat October 21st. So just save that date. We'd love to involve the community more, have you guys come out and help out or have a trunk, all kinds of stuff. So there'll be more details to come, but I at least wanted to put that date in everybody's mind right now. It's a Friday, October 21st.
Thanks, Michelle.
You got it.
I just wanted to say too, we've added a new section on our website for volunteer opportunities in the community. So as we get opportunities like this for the community to volunteer at the school or participate in cleanups, check our website. We'll put it on social media, but you'll always be able to find some opportunities to volunteer in the community. And this is a good one. I've done this one. It was a lot of fun when we did it a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. I do have, whoops. Can everyone see that?
Yes.
Okay, so starting out by some thank yous to the community and the community council for this summer. We had a very successful membership drive. As Cheryl said, our numbers look much better. We're still not at the usual membership level that we've been at the past, pre-pandemic, but I sure feel a lot better after this summer, so thank you. If Kara West is here, I'd like to thank board member Kara West and Sue Forbes for promoting and organizing the annual community yard sale in Rolando Park. It's the first real official one we've had in the last couple of years. And it was great to see a lot of participants in the community out there and a lot of people from out of the community participating as well. And Sonia's already thanked everyone, but our first movie in the park event was pretty amazing. When I first got to the park, I had a moment of panic that we might have 10 or 20 people showed up. And we had almost 120. So for our first community event, I think it was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And everyone had a good time. We had a lot of members who didn't stay for the movie. It was a kid movie, but they did pop in and buy tacos or get shaved ice to help the community because it was a fundraiser for us. So thank you to everyone. It was a pretty awesome summer. Next, we are having another Xena Canyon cleanup thanks to I Love a Clean San Diego. This is the same group that came in June. It's the Sunset Sweep. They come on a weekday. They come in the late afternoon. And this time they're bringing a dumpster. So this will be the third cleanup of Xena Canyon at the community level. I know the school district did one a few weeks ago. But we'll put more information up on our website tomorrow, and I'll drop the link in the chat. If you're interested, you can volunteer. These sweeps are very nice because it's just a couple of hours of time. And believe me, the canyon is always going to need a cleanup. That's a given. Also, to go along with that, we're going to have a University Avenue cleanup again this year, probably late November. We'll have a date by our next meeting. We're trying to get Rolando to participate and work on the north side of University. We'll see how that goes. And we'll talk more next month, but this is election year again. President and vice president positions are up for re-election this year. And of course, we can always use additional member at large. If you're interested in a specific project or community event that you'd like to work on, being a member at large is a great way to get started and get involved in the community council. Okay. And last, we're having a few issues at the park, at the Rolando Park Elementary. So I just want to bring these up. Sometimes the security is coming late to close up the gates. We've had a few people locked in. That's the other side of that. But if you do see issues like this, please send an email to Dave Lee. He's the area manager for Parks and Rec, and make him aware of it. It's okay to also send it on to us at our email address. But Dave would be the person to reach. And to go along with that, we're seeing quite a few off-leash dogs there, and consequently, quite a bit of dog poop to clean up. And this park is a joint use park. During the day, it belongs to the school and the kids. I don't think most parents want their kids running around and turning cartwheels on a field that has dog poop because someone didn't clean it up. So I'm just saying, I report people if I see them off leash. Humane Society's been out there 2 times in the last month. They will be coming back. So again, it's about keeping the park for everybody. Right now, dogs are allowed, but not off leash, technically. So we'll see. Thanks for that. And last, one of the other issues that we're having is the soccer league. In case you don't go over there, they're there 6 days a week. I just met with the area manager last week and solidified the scale so that the community has access to the park 7 days a week. So I'm going to post this schedule online. We're going to get a sign made for the front of the park. So if you're there and you see the soccer league, you can shoot us an email, take a picture, send an email to me, and I will get it forwarded to the needed parties. It's quite possible if they don't clean up their act that they're going to lose their permit to use our park. So again, we just need a little help in catching some of these issues and trying to shut them down. Okay.
So let me ask this question, Lynn, here.
Sure.
Are these the hours they're allowed to be
Yes.
there? Is that what that is?
Yeah, right now they're there 7 days a week. And they're
Right. I'm
using,
like, yes, 8
yeah.
to 6, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday and
Saturday and
Sunday?
Sunday? I know, I was noticing
on the
that too.
on the upper field, only on the upper field. The issue that we're having is they're there 7 days a week now.
Yeah.
And up until
Wow.
this last week, they we didn't have use of the park 2 days of the week. So they had access to it, and they basically just been using the field that they feel like using and not following what's on their permit. So if you're there Monday, they should be in the lower field, which means fine, go up to the upper field. Same thing on Wednesday. And then on the other 4 days, they'll be on the upper field. But I mean, the issue has been they're just using whatever field they feel like. And that's not park equity for the community. So let's see what happens. The park department told me they're going to be swinging by periodically for the next few weeks and monitoring it and trying to catch them and correct the issues. So let's see.
Hey, Lynn, this is Sharon. I have a question,
Sure.
if I can. So, God, it just left me. Oh God, I am so sorry. It just left my mind.
I actually have a particular.
Oh yeah,
question.
do they have a thank you. I'm sorry, just to
That's
interrupt you, Sunny. Do they have a season? Is this like from all the way through, year round, or do they have a season like September to May?
They just got their permit renewed in July. So I still
Renewed
didn't
every
get an
year?
answer on that. There must be an end to this season, or it's at some point.
Yeah,
I
and that
hope.
was going to be my question. How long does their permit last? And that
Yeah.
was
This one will
actually-
last till the end of the year, from
Okay.
July to the end of the year.
Okay.
So
I guess that would make sense. They get a permit for the full year, but I just don't know if their season lasts a full year.
Mhm.
No, they actually get it renewed on a 6-month basis right now.
Oh,
And there've been numerous issues. They're leaving their goals out on the field, which isn't allowed. There's a porta potty in the parking lot that wasn't also allowed. So we just want to see if we can work with them. Otherwise, we have to elevate it because this park is really supposed to be for the school and the community.
Right.
Seeing it rented to outside groups who don't live here or even have a connection to us is a little frustrating.
And kind of pushes out the people because people
Exactly.
then, are limited if they
Right.
want to go out and play and so forth like that. So.
Right. We think having the park for the community is, aside from after school hours, having a park for the community should be a higher priority than renting it out to an outside group. That's period. So let's see what happens and we'll continue to monitor it. Okay. Anything else?
So I have a question, Lynn. If there's a dog that's off leash, and what would the San Diego Humane Society do?
I've found people coming over in the early mornings and driving over. So I've just been giving their car information to Humane Society enforcement and a description of the dog. So, it's sort of a tricky thing, but you don't want dogs off leash when you have kids around on a joint use park. End of story, I guess. So just file a report. They will come by. They'll do, just come and do a run through. And if they find dogs off leash, they will ticket the owner. It's a $300 fine.
I don't think dogs should be off leash no matter who's in there because we don't know if they're aggressive or not.
Oh
They
yeah.
could be
No,
aggressive towards a particular dog and love everybody else. I just
Yeah.
don't think it's cool.
Yeah.
And I want to say that at the movie in the park, we did allow dogs off leash or on leash. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well-behaved dogs. And we
Right.
didn't have a single issue. It was
Nope.
really great. People brought their dogs, well-behaved dogs, good time for everyone. And that's the way it should be. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
If I may ask a question, is there any possibility that a dog park would be added later on? Just curiosity.
It's highly unlikely.
Unless somebody wants to give up their lot.
Yeah, it's but dog parks through the city are pretty hard to come by. The problem with our park is it's a big
And
park.
liability,
Yeah.
Right. Mhm.
Our park, it's oversized, and so they will want to use it to rent out to soccer teams or other sports, one of the fields. So it's highly unlikely that we're going to be able to get a dog park.
That's fine, thank you. I just was wondering if that might be part of the long-term plan.
Yeah, I wish.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Any other
Anything
questions?
else? Thank you.
All right. All right. So we're going to move to the next item, and these are public comments on non-agenda items. Okay. And we ask that you stick to 3 minutes. So just raise your hand and I'll give you a call if you have a comment or anything. So I see Tim Davy clapping. Is that a
Yeah.
clap or raise your hand?
It's both. But I
Okay.
live on Street View and there's 9 shopping carts in the middle of the street. I went to a 99-cent store and I got their phone number and I called, nobody came. So maybe they don't come in this area. Does anybody know another number? Because what they're happening is last night, there's a whole 9 carts and there was trash in all of them and a mattress on top. And so environmental services had to come again. This is the 3rd time to take the trash away. So I think if the carts were gone, they wouldn't have that much.
Yeah. I think the cart thingy, the hard part with that is certain carts have cart services, right? And
Yeah.
if you go to get it done, they have a 1-800 number or 888 number to call for certain carts.
Yeah, I
So
got
it
an
kinda
880
gets
number.
tricky.
Yeah,
It gets tricky because not all of these stores use the cart service. So I would say your best bet would be to try get it done first. And hopefully it will get routed to the right people to come manage those carts, especially if there's trash in them. The cart people don't tend to come pick them up. So then it's the city that ends up managing it as far as dumping the trash and the cart itself. I have the same issue here across the street from my home. They put the cart at the front of the canyon and use it as a garbage can. And they just use it to dump their trash there. So I don't have 9 of them, but I could have 2, 3, 4 in front of the canyon. So just try to keep persistent on the get it done, and hopefully somebody will come by and help with that. That's my input. I don't know if anybody else has any input.
Jennifer from Redwood Village noted that she's filed a get it done for those carts too, Tim.
Okay. Okay, good. All right. Any other public comments? Let's see. Okay, Jonathan. Jonathan, can you hear me? I see your hand.
I can.
Oh, there you go.
How's it going?
All right.
Good. So, and this might be a conversation I can take offline with someone who knows, but I live off of Livingston, and I was just curious if anyone knows how I would go about maybe petitioning to get a noise abatement wall built for the 94 freeway.
Yeah.
Even when I'm, a block up on Aragon, I can still hear it. And so it's just something that I wanted to maybe begin working on or working towards. So I'm not sure if anyone has experience with whoever the powers that be that, I would reach out to, but I would appreciate any input. Thank you.
Can I respond to that?
Oh, yes. I was waiting for you to respond to that one.
I was going to reach out to you next door too, so because I figured you might know. So.
Okay, thanks, Jonathan. Yeah, that was actually a priority that the community asked for last year. And so it turns out rep from the state assembly contacted Caltrans, and they don't do noise abatement. They don't retrofit noise abatement for freeways. They only do it when they're building new freeways or doing a major, reconstruction of the freeway. So it's unfortunate, but that's the information we have from Caltrans.
Right. And so to that point, Lynn, I dropped the ball on that, but I was mentioning to Lynn many, many years ago, there's a friend that lives further down on the other side of Broadway,
by the AM/PM.
Massachusetts, on the other side of Massachusetts from where you're talking about, other side. And and when you turn down their street, the end of there's a dead end street, and you look at the freeway. Well, they got they got a wall. They got a,
Right.
and I don't know if that's noise abatement or whatever, but at one point they got one. So kind of want to look into that a little bit more, was that something they used to do and they don't do anymore, or why did they do it there and not do it further down, so, but that's the feedback Lynn got, but I've been meaning to find that out for Lynn so we could determine, get some feedback as to why it happened over there.
That's also the city of La Mesa. I don't know if that makes any difference,
Is
but
it based on the other side? Oh, okay, maybe.
yeah. But the other thing is that maybe we just need to start, there has to be a way to get it done.
Mhm.
I don't accept no as like a final answer for that. I think we should keep looking into it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, when our rep from the state assembly comes, if probably not this meeting now,
Right.
we can ask her to talk to Dr. Weber at what would be a starting point for it.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
Thank you very
sure.
Right. All right. Any other comments? Okay, so what I have here, if there's no other additional public comments, because I wanted to have Matt Griffith has shown up and he said he'll only be here till he has to run to another meeting at 7:30. Are you there, Matt?
Yes, I am.
If anybody else, if it's okay with Jawad, can he go first?
Oh yeah, I don't mind at all.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, Matt.
Thank you.
Matt is from Mayor Todd Gloria's office.
Thank you. Thank you, Jawad. I'll be brief again. Matt Griffith here, representing the Office of Mayor Gloria. A couple of things just wanted to highlight for the group since have been able to meet for the past few months. But the mayor has recommended the Midway Rising redeveloped sports arena. I'll drop the link for that in the chat. Mayor believes that this Midway Rising will be the best option to deliver on his vision to create thousands of new affordable and middle income homes, good paying local jobs, and a new arena and entertainment district. The project will create 4,250 new homes, 2,000 affordable, 250 middle income, and 2,000 market rate. The new 450,000 square foot arena will have a capacity of 14 to 16,500 people. 200-room hotel and a 250,000 square foot amount for retail space, over 11 acres of park and open space, along with 9.4 acres of public plaza. There are 3 partners that are involved in the Midway Rising team, the Chelsea Investment Corporation, Zypher, and Legends. And along with that, the Midway Rising project recommendation was presented to City Council, the Land Use Housing Committee on the 8th. In addition to that, also wanted to let you know that, again, City Council has approved the Build Better ST initiative. Again, I'll also drop that link in the chat. I've mentioned this in previous meetings, but again, the Build Better ST initiative is relating to the DIF fees, or the developer paid fees that are separate in neighborhood funds. So neighborhoods with more money, and again, this is previously, but neighborhoods that had more money for private development had access to larger DIF funds for public improvements. With the Build Better SD, that has done away with that. So now infrastructure needs can be examined across San Diego, so that funding can be directed toward those high priority areas, versus how in the past that money would just stay in those communities. Again, this initiative will do away with the old development impact fee structure, which, as I said, separated the money by community, and now is implementing a citywide fund to allow communities to have access to funds for the various improvements. In addition to some things that you may have seen in the news today, Eric Dargan was confirmed unanimously by City Council, who will now be the new Chief Operating Officer, taking over on November 1st from Jay Goldstone, who is our current COO, but will be leaving, and Eric Dargan will be starting come November 1st. Lastly, I just wanted to highlight again, want to make sure we're utilizing Get It Done. I know folks were just talking about the shopping carts and trash, of course, illegal dumping. Want to make sure that you're utilizing Get It Done to report that. Feel free to email me some of those reports so that I can make sure they have been highlighted and the proper staff is aware of that. It is actually quite a joint effort, especially when it comes to these shopping carts, because some of the vendors or merchants who have these shopping carts, say for example, Food for Less or Home Depot, whatever the case may be, they actually then have to go and respond and get those carts if they're the owners. So again, having get it done allows our team to provide those merchants with the information so they can get that, along with abating the trash that may also be included with those shopping carts. At this time, that's all I have to present. I can take any questions, comments, concerns, or anything else that information I presented, or anything else you guys may have. Again, thank you guys for allowing me to present and so brief with you all today.
I see Lynn has her hand up.
Yeah, hi, Matt. I have two quick questions for you. Do you know when the San Diego Solar Equity Program is going to launch?
Not sure on that date, Lynn. Again, thank you for that question. I'm writing that in my notes. I'll go ahead and inquire on that, and I can shoot you that response, that answer as soon as I have that. And again, you wanted the start date for the solar equity.
We just want to know when it's launched. We just want to make sure we get information out to the community about it, so people can apply for the program as soon as it's ready to go.
Of course.
Okay, thank you. And then my second question is about some property at the corner of College and College Grove. We refer to it as the Pocket Park, but I believe it's street property, belongs to the Streets Division. And it's an area where we would like to consider putting a monument sign for the community in, but we'd also like to find out who we talk to about getting that area cleaned up.
Okay.
It's really a very visually unappealing entrance into the community. And we'd like to find someone to talk to in the Streets Division about it.
Okay, could you email me you said it was called, you called it the Pocket?
I'll send you the parameters. Yeah, it's the southeast corner of College and College Grove.
Okay.
Okay. And
All right, perfect.
okay, I'll email that to you. Thank you very much, Matt.
Thank you, Lynn.
Okay.
I don't see any other hands up. So thank you very much, Matt. I appreciate it.
Thank you all. I'll drop those links in the chat now, and again, along with my information. So if anything comes up in the meeting, feel free to contact me. Again, thank you guys for letting me meet with you guys tonight.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so we'll move along. Thank you, Jawad, for letting Matt go first. So we'll move on to Jawad, and he's Congresswoman Sarah Jacobs' office representative.
Thank you, Sonia. I know Terry is in and out. Did we want to give maybe Terry a chance to go? Because I can wait. I'm
okay,
fine.
Great. Thank you. I
Officer
appreciate
Terry, you
that.
there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay.
I'm okay, Jawad. Go ahead, please. At the moment, my dog's asleep, so cross my fingers I won't have any urgent mess to clean up. So,
Okay, great. Thanks.
but thank you for that gesture.
Oh, all right. Thank you. It's good to see everyone. My name is Jawad from Congresswoman Sarah Jacobs' office. Always great to see all of you. Gosh, it's been a busy summer. It's good to see all of your faces. So where do I start? Over the summer, Congresswoman Jacobs was arrested. So I'll start there. She was arrested on the steps of the Supreme Court, protesting with other members of Congress after the Supreme Court decision, the Dobbs decision to overturn the precedent of Roe v. Wade that allows reproductive rights to women. And so she was arrested, and then after her arrest, she then presided over the House, which means that she basically had the speaker of the House's role with the gavel, as the House voted to add, and this is just the House bill, to add the access to contraception to as a bill, and so that vote succeeded and went over to the Senate. But the reason I wanted to mention that is, Congresswoman Jacobs is such a really big supporter and fighter for access to these rights that have long been available. And so she just wants people to know that she'll always, be willing to put herself on the line for those rights. A couple of other things that happened this summer. The House passed the Inflation Reduction Act. So this was a very large bill that had been in the making for a long time. all sorts of things in there. And if anybody wants more specifics, I'll be glad to sit down sometime and talk with you about it. But all sorts of things from electric vehicle tax credits, revamping that, to incentives for solar, for adding solar onto a home, measures to fix our supply chain, all sorts of things, to work on reducing inflation. And glad to go over that with people individually if they have questions about it. In terms of what's been going on in the district, I'll just talk about what we've been doing this past week. Congresswoman Jacobs hosted a virtual town hall with Congressman Scott Peters about the mpox epidemic, monkeypox. And so we had a whole bunch of experts on this panel, someone from the Infectious Diseases Association of America, someone who is advising the White House on the response to the epidemic. We had another person from the LGBT Center also on the call. So I actually am going to link in just a moment. I'm going to link the YouTube link for it. So we upload all of our virtual events online for anyone to go back and watch those. Hopefully you'll find that there's of some use to you. We always try to do that. A couple of other things that we've been doing, that we did, or that the Congresswoman did while she was here. She visited Naval Base San Diego to talk to them about military housing and childcare support. She really believes that San Diego's military families are better than 4,000 person childcare wait list. I'm not sure if people really knew that, but there's a very long wait list for childcare for our military members. She also visited Southwestern College to speak to students about the importance of registering to vote and then actually voting. She believes it's an important way to raise your voice and stand up for the issues that you care about, and make decisions about the quality of life for yourself, your family, and your community. And then the last thing I really wanted to talk about in terms of some events that we did. She had a press conference with Mayor Gloria and Councilmember Raul Campillo at the Linda Vista Library. So we celebrated one of the projects that she was able to get funding for in last year's congressional. So historically Congress had this thing called, it was kind of like earmarks, where individual congressional members were able to get money for their districts. And so Congress, they brought it back in the form of community project funding. And so this is one of the projects she was able to bring back. There's a couple of other in the city. But the reason why I wanted to mention this project is this year she's on track to bring back $16 million for individual projects around the city. And some of those that I wanted to highlight are ones that have really big impact across the whole city. So one is $2 million for a program to provide childcare for city employees, to help the city attract and retain a talented workforce. 250,000 of that is for 211's info line. So if people know what 211 San Diego is, it's kind of the county's general line for anyone who needs assistance, whether that's housing, health, disaster resources. This funding is going to allow them to train more community navigators and provide more resources. And then the last thing that I really wanted to highlight is she was able to secure $800,000 for the city's Come Play Outside program. So you've seen over the summer, the city's done the parks at night at a couple of parks. So this $800,000 is going to allow the city to expand that, hopefully for next summer. And so that it's specifically supposed to be funding for kids and families to play safely outside in San Diego South and Central neighborhoods. So looking excited for that. And then last thing, I just wanted to announce that we're currently in the process of our community, it's called the Congressional App Challenge. So every year Congress has a couple of competitions that are open to our constituents. This one's specifically for middle school and high school students. So it's for anyone who would like to build an app or create any sort of technical project. Students who are interested in robotics or technology or anything like that. I'm going to drop the link. We're hosting our current app challenge right now. The winner actually gets to have their app hosted on the congressional website, and sits in the Capitol for a year. They get to go to an event called the House of Code. It's a really great program. It's open to all middle school and high school students. So I'm going to drop the link to our page in the chat. And now that I've flooded you with all this information you can't recall, I'm glad to take any questions you may have.
Okay, if I don't see questions, then you must have been really thorough. right, I don't notice any questions. So if there's no questions, thank you very much, Jawad, for the information. And if anything comes up, you know, Jawad's always available. And thank you very much. All right. So we will move on to Officer Terry Hoskins, our community officer. You ready, Terry?
Yes, remind me next time to go in front of Jawad because he is so organized now.
I give you a chance.
I know, I realized that, and I just thought you were being overly kind, and I should have been selfish and just took it. So please give my thank you for all that Congresswoman Jacobs is doing. It's amazing the stuff that she's doing. So just please echo that to her. I'd really appreciate it. Couple of things real quick. The city is looking at working on the homeless encampments a little bit different. They're trying to, because of the shortage of our personnel at the neighborhood policing division, they're trying to tackle hot spots at one time, large areas. And if you just think how big the city is and how many hot spots is everywhere, if you don't see them in one area for a while, that is why. I know that we've had a lot of issues with the area, Aragon and, well, more probably I would say between Aragon and Rolando on University. There's a big campment that was there at Rolando for the longest time. They took care of that. But as we all know, they're probably going to be back at a certain time. Just continue to use to get it done. And if you have any questions, you can send that to me, and I can also work with NPD and see if we can get a small team prior to them starting their big projects and maybe hit some small spots. I've also been trying to work with the property management for the University Square. We still have issues with that management company. They keep telling me one thing and yet they keep doing something totally different. Code enforcement is now working that as well, but again, it's probably going to be a very slow process. Thank you for letting me know about the Xena Canyon coming up in October. I'll try to be there for that. I don't remember, or I don't recall seeing anyone else clean it, but the stuff that you are, who, Sonia, did you say did a cleanup before?
Yes, it was about 3 weeks, maybe or so ago. I can't remember the organization I mentioned, Lynn. I can't remember the organization I told you. Did I type it? But there was but I believe the school was the one that set it up. So
the school district did, yeah.
Set it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know if they did any enforcement in there
No
as well,
enforcement,
or?
just cleanup.
Okay, all righty. Other than that, there was a message that was sent out. Our current captain is looking at bringing back our captain's advisory board. One of your community members already stated that they'd like to participate.
Yes.
If there's anyone else that would like to do that, please let me know. And with all that being said, I will humbly back out as I think my dog is starting to do some stuff. And so if you got any not quick, but if you got any questions, please let me know and I'll be glad to see if I can ask. If you come up with something later on, please, my contact, you can either text, call, or email, and I'll see what I can get back with you as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Is there anybody have any questions for Terry? I don't notice any hands up.
I have my name is Chris Real. I have a question. I don't want to be on camera. I'm not sure how this works here. Hi, Terry. What's going in? I noticed they cleaned up the building on the corner of University and College where it used to be, and I'm old, I remember when it was Boney's, and it became a $5 store, then a $7 store.
Yeah.
What's going on in that corner there? Or maybe, I don't know if you know, but I figured I'd ask.
It's a plasma center.
Yeah, it used to be Sprouts way back in the day.
Yeah,
I noticed also.
It's gonna be a plasma center.
Oh, it's going to be a plasma center.
Yeah, it's a big
Oh,
sign on it. So no business.
Okay.
Yeah,
No public business. Okay.
yeah, I wouldn't.
There are homeless people there sometimes, and they got the next door or the get it done. They removed them, but my mother walked down the street one time and tripped and fell on some things there. So we had to, get that work done. So, but they were pretty good at getting them removed. Then they come back and they have them removed and they come back. So it's kind of an ongoing issue.
Right.
Yeah, it is. And the last but not least, I am working with Sarah from the Dog Society on hoping we can help curb some of their activity that they're having. When I spoke with her last week, she was very thankful of the encouragement that the Sonia, you and Lan and everyone continues to give her. So I just wanted to give you a shout out for that.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Can I ask about Rolando Plaza? Because for me, that one's sort of a sticky spot, like University Plaza. Were you able to make contact with the property manager from them about the conditions there?
I was, and and I think I said the wrong name. That's the complex I was talking about. I
Okay.
apologize.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I actually spoke with the management again, and I explained to her how gravely it continues to be. It's even worse than I think it's ever been that I can recall. And she was going to put me in touch with their cleanup crew, security company, and I got crickets.
Okay.
So I'll contact her again. It looks like I may not be back at work again tomorrow because of I can't take my dog to daycare. So I'll when I do go back, I'll try to contact them again and see, because it is we had a great rapport for the longest time, and then I don't know what happened.
Okay.
Went adrift. But
thank you.
I do apologize for I said the wrong name. Sorry about that.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Well, okay. So if there's nothing else, thank you, Terry. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And again, a shout out to you and your staff. Both of you ladies are just awesome, amazing. Love your community, and love the people in it. And you guys are just always above and beyond. Same, same as Jennifer now that she's doing with, Redwood Village. So again, kudos to both of you. And I just appreciate all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We do too. Appreciate it. Your support. All right. I think that's everyone. I don't think anybody else came in, correct? Lynn, did you notice anybody? Any other representatives? No?
No, that was it.
Okay, so we'll move on to our presentation. And I did see Veronica Miko, I hope I pronounced your name right, Veronica, from the National Conflict Resolution Center. Oh, did we lose you? I thought I saw you. I saw her earlier on the call on the list, but she may have dropped off. Oh,
well, interesting.
Yeah, she must have dropped off. I saw it before.
I did too.
Yeah, she was here and then she left.
Hopefully she maybe had a bad connection or something.
Well, we can give her a few minutes.
Just give her a couple of minutes and
phone number.
See if we can get in touch with her. Anybody have any comments or questions while we wait? Okay, so give us a few minutes. We'll see if we can get her back.
I have a question since we kind of need to stall for time.
Sure.
I'm assuming after the movie, after everybody left, which is probably much later than was originally planned, people took care of the park and cleaned it. And if that's the case, I just want to say thank you, because I don't have kids that would have watched the movie, so I went home. So I thank you for all the people who may have stayed that night and take.
Some people
Yeah.
came back the next day and cleaned up, but I'm going to say that the community was so respectful. There was minimal cleanup. Everyone, we did get extra trash cans from City Parks and Rec, and everyone was very respectful. We found no trash on the grounds, a little bit in the parking lot, and believe me, we were done pretty short order on Sunday.
Right. It was, I mean, it was wonderful, you know, that when we came the morning and it just looked like there was no activity happened. So it was great. It's great. All right. Joanna, I see Joanna's hand up. Oh, did you have something else, Lynn?
No.
Okay. Joanna, I see your hand up. Are you muted, Joanna?
She's muted, yeah.
Oh, now it looks like you muted yourself now. Maybe your speaker is acting up. I can see you undo it, but we can't hear you. Well, Joanna, while you get that together, I'm gonna have Audrey go ahead and speak, and then I'll come back to you, Joanna.
Hi.
Audrey. Hi.
Hi. This is Debbie, actually. I'm sitting here with Audrey. You know, you were just talking about how clean the park was the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering if anybody posted that anywhere and thanked the community for being so respectful. I think that would be really nice. Like on the website or next door or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I guess maybe we can consider that response.
You know, just very specifically about just to promote the good behavior, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm going to say, I'm sorry.
I mean, we have the movie in the park kind of posted on the Facebook, right? We kind of posted that activity. So Debbie, you could go in there. I mean, anybody can go in and kind of respond to the movie in the park.
Okay.
And on Facebook, and as a follow-up, say, you know, it was a great time and we appreciate, you know, the consideration of the people who, you know, showed up.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. All right. So
I see that Joanna posted her question in the chat because
okay. So Joanna says, I was wondering about what is going on with the sign at Rosario Pizza. I remember it burned out and doesn't seem to be replaced. I mean, yeah, I don't know if anybody's ever followed up with them, but maybe the funding, is it even open? Is it open still? Yeah. So maybe they just don't have, only thing I can guess is that they don't have the funding to replace it. I don't know if anybody else, it says has a new owner. Oh, so they have a new owner, Chris? Not sure on the sign question. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. New owner.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so I guess it kind of, you know, something you'd have to kind of go there particularly and ask them, I guess, or anybody. I don't know if anybody else on the call knows anything about it, but yeah, unfortunately, we don't know anything about it.
I did see a post on Nextdoor that they were originally going to close it down, and then I think they sold it to a daughter, a relative, and that's who took over.
Oh, okay.
I understand they have new pricing too.
Okay. So I don't know, Michelle, did you get an opportunity to, I don't know if you had contact with Veronica?
I've been trying. I emailed. I don't have a direct cell phone or anything. All I have is just office lines, which obviously no one's at anymore. So.
All right.
It's weird that they were on and then disappeared.
Yeah.
They were scheduled for 7:45. We were only a couple of minutes late.
Yeah. So I hope
they had
they're
technical
okay.
issues. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Hopefully it's not an emergency.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's technical problems. I'm not sure if we want to wait a few more minutes, Lynn, or how we want to do this.
Let's wait 2 more minutes. Does Alita's got a question? Sure, we're happy to answer questions right now.
There we go.
Well, it's basically a comment and a suggestion.
Okay.
And I go through Orlando Park quite a bit myself, and I'm always looking around as well. But in discussing the issues with your commercial strip, we, Oak Park, have been very, very on top of the issues at the Big Lots commercial strip on 54th.
I'm very.
So it has gotten a lot better, but we have over and over and over complained, reached out, and did whatever we have had to do with council members' office. And they have responded so wonderfully and have helped us so much that if you pass by that commercial strip, it's not as dirty and it's not as overly populated with persons who are using drugs and passing drugs and selling drugs and throwing trash and mattresses and turning people on fire and all that kind of stuff.
Oh.
So again, the squeaky wheel gets greased.
Yeah.
And
So you're
you
speaking
will
in
get
front of Big Lots, huh?
Oh, and yeah, I mean, Richard
Yeah.
and I and, you know, a lot, Steve, a lot of people have just complained for
Yeah.
the last few years, not just recently, but for about
Right.
4 years, and it's looking really much better.
Yeah.
So that's what I suggest that your group do as well for that strip and get it cleaned up, because it could look really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I grew up over there. So my mom still lives over there. So I passed by, and a lot of the times, because of all the COVID thing, that part was blocking me from seeing that mess because of all the people doing the COVID testing and stuff right there. But I have noticed it's quite clean over there. They still need to repave it, but it's still like quite clean. So that's good.
Yeah, we put a lot of pressure on the county because the clinic that is there.
Yes.
We have been really trying to remove that particular business out of the community, because that's who and what has attracted a lot of people from the outside, and we know that they're not from our community. Okay, we know that, and when you see people,
I can put it down. I can put it right here.
So,
can I sit in this chair? Yeah. Hold it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for letting me share.
Oh.
Okay. Sonia and Michelle, I had an email from one of her, apparently the speaker got cut off. There's an internet shortage. And she went over to her neighbors who are also having an internet shortage.
Gotcha.
So she's not able to get in, and they would like to reschedule with us. So we'll,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I figured, I must have assumed it was something like that she had no control, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Alita, for that.
Yeah.
We will, we'll definitely use that resource to try to resolve that issue if we can.
We're in an interesting position though, too, Alita. We're on University Avenue. We border two city council districts here. And we can't get either council district to pay attention to University Avenue. It's not that people aren't trying, and it's not that people aren't contacting our city council office about University Avenue. We're just not getting anything back.
Well, go to the mayor's office. Go strictly to the mayor's office, and we're not gonna give up.
Yeah.
And I'm here to help out as well, because you know me, Lynn. You know, and you know what? We want to beautify our community. We want it to be beautiful. We don't want it to be slummish.
Right.
You know, we're doing our part. Now, let's make them do their part, because we pay taxes.
Yeah,
exactly.
But that's my opinion.
Yeah, we'll keep persistent. We've been doing it for years, right, Lynn? We've been we haven't stopped. We haven't stopped. So hopefully one of these years it'll kick in, right? It'll get in there. Oh, maybe call Channel 8. It's funny that you mentioned that, Bettina. You know, the other day was some of the issues that are around our neighborhood. I'm thinking, you know, some of these persistence it doesn't seem to work, but that crossed my mind recently, that maybe we just need to ask one of the news hubs to do a little skit, a little portion on whatever issue we want to address, and maybe something will happen then. Good point. I was just thinking that myself. I see another update from Chris that says Garden Kitchen is closing in December. Is that for sure?
Yes.
Yeah, she said that, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes, that's correct. She said because I guess she rents the property, that the owner has raised the pricing there, and they might put another building. I'm not sure if the property owner's going to sell the building, but it looks like they might. I don't know what they're going to put there. And as regard to the council member, I believe that changes over in November. Is that right? Or October?
End of November, after the November elections.
After November election, that'll be Elo Rivera, right? Not Montgomery.
Right. And
right.
I did hear last month at the Redwood Village Community Council meeting that they're already supposed to be meeting with District 4 members and arranging to have a smoother transition. We should have someone from District 9 attending our meetings starting in October and vice versa. So we'll see how it goes.
And so if people, to the points that are being made next month, these are things we want to bring up so that the District 9 representative can see the things we've been addressing. So if you've had something that's been on your mind or on the agenda, or something that, to our point, the university situation, we want to use our public comments next month to voice those things, bring those things back up again. So we can get it on their list and we can start working there. Okay. All right. Anything else? All right, I don't notice any more comments nor any more hands. Well, that worked out. I appreciated the public comments and information everybody provided to fill in our time a little bit. So then it looks like we'll be done a little bit early. And I want to say thank you, everybody, and hope to see you next month. What's our program for next month?
The ACLU is going to be doing a presentation on the Protect Ordinance. Okay. And we also have April Mahoney from Oak Park talking about the Streamview roundabout issue. I don't know how many people saw the pretty terrific crashes there a couple of months ago.
Wow.
And she's looking for a letter of support from communities close to there to try and get some more safety built into that before they proceed with the next phase of the roundabouts. So, okay.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And you guys have a good evening, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you.